So last week there was a pretty big intelligence leak. Intelligent leaks are not all too uncommon nowadays, especially in the age of the internet. But this one was pretty notable because of how absurd it was. I feel it is a very silly story in my opinion. The leaks were about the war in Ukraine. Started leaking over Twitter and Telegram, and there's a whole back and forth right now. We're not really sure what leaks are correct. There's multiple leaks with saying different numbers for like casualties of like Ukrainian and Russian soldiers. So I'm not gonna go into that because frankly I'm not too sure. They found the leaker. The way they found the leaker was really funny. They found him from his Steam profile. So he was sending stuff like on Discord, and because of the photos that he took, they were able to cross-reference it with like photos that he had on his Steam profile, which I I don't use my Steam. I don't even know anyone who like out of like all the friends that I have on Steam who actually use their Steam profile for anything. But yeah, they were able to like cross-reference like the granite like on the picture or whatever that he had, and they were able to see like, oh yeah, this is our guy. His name is Jack Tay Teixeira. I I don't know if I'm saying that right. But yeah, they found him a few days ago. He's arrested. He is obviously going to be charged with a lot of crimes for for stealing federal documents and for like spreading them online. Very big crimes. He is probably going to go to jail for a good while. Very foolish things, and this is it's only gonna get dumber from here. So he started spreading them on Discord. He was in a Discord, like the shitposting Discord, basically. Yeah, he was like in a Discord channel. They were fascinated by Orthodox Catholicism, guns, and racist memes. Just like standard, I guess, like stuff that like teenage white boys are like doing are into, I guess, just being edgy and dumb. But yeah, he was just spreading like all this stuff, and someone from his Discord, one of his friends, like just ended up spreading it elsewhere, and that's where it started leaking from, as far as we can tell. It's very embarrassing, I think. Uh, I don't know. I don't know what more we can learn from this guy. He's like some just like right wing kind of like shitposting edgy white guy. I am not opposed generally to like people doing leaking stuff. But usually there's a good motive for this sort of stuff. Like with Chelsea Manning, she ended up leaking all this stuff about like how Americans are like bombing like people, like citizens, like non-combatants, even I think like healthcare people out in like the Middle East. There's also like Edward Snowden who like had like all of his NSA files. Like these are generally like good things that like the American public should know, and like this shouldn't be kept from us. But all these like Pentagon documents, it was just him like flexing on his friends. Like that's all there was to this story. And now because of this, we can't make heads or tails of like what's real and what isn't real, because of the way that it leaked and everything. So now we just gotta wait to see like what's gonna happen to him. Again, he's probably going to go to jail for a very long time. He's committed some very big boy crimes. This isn't where the story ends. Of course, this is pretty recent. Marjorie Taylor Greene is going out to bat for him. Here's the tweet. Saying is wrong. Like that's not his name. Jake. It's Jack. Jake Teixeira is a white male Christian and anti-war. That makes him an enemy to the Biden regime. And he told the truth about troops on the ground in Ukraine and a lot more. These right wingers are like super opposed to like the Ukraine war. I don't know. They've all met like never met like a war they didn't like, except for like the one maybe justifiable one that we're having. Russia's like invading another country. It's like all of a sudden like, hey, maybe we should pump the brakes. It's so bizarre. Like you could have been opposed to all these other wars, and this is the one, like arguably one of the more justifiable wars we've had in recent history, of like a country trying to defend itself from an invading force. But yeah, it's just like they're going out to bat for him because of course they are. I mean, that's all I really have. Of course, she's being, the like boomer Republicans who are like, "Hey, you can't say that out loud, dude. You can't say that out loud." Are kind of just like telling her to like shut up. If there's any like major updates to this, I will update it as time goes. But I'm pretty sure he's just gonna go to jail. Like I said, this is a very silly story, very absurd. But I wanted something kind of lighthearted because I don't want to bum people out if I just cover like major like depressive stories. Very silly nonsense.